go to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Wrote inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it.
The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. It ain't over for me. It ain't over for me. The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. Only one logical thing to do. Don't trip, buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hollow coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market look embarrassed. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip. Sour cream and onion dip. Scoop it with some ruffle chips. Sink them like Titanic ships. Bartender, here's a tip. Crypto face is the truth. He can even show you proof. This is market cipher school. Rory made you say, ooh, wish I had one too. Making plays on trading view. Waiting on a blue triangle. I just call it blues glue. Portfolio diversified. Keep my balance classified. Scared to look you terrified. But when you did, you almost died. All good before you went to sleep. Woke up to a surprise. Couldn't believe your eyes. Where the hell did your money go? You like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Bitcoin dumping in my sleep. Woke up to a market sweep. That's the reason I don't sleep. Keep my eyes on the prize. Bought some Hex and Cardano. Fear missing out. FOMO, that's a no-no. Yeah, I know, bro, but I still do the shit. I'm just trying to hit a lick, so I think I just might buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hollow coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Walking, looking embarrassed. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip. The market crashed on me, but it's not my ass, homie. Time to rise up out the flames like a motherfucking phoenix. Flying high in the sky, and I motherfucking mean it. Put it all on the house, I can't help it cause I'm greedy. Got a family, gotta feed it. All my followers, man, they need me. We can all get rich together, talk about financial freedom. BTC, ETH, XRP, that's a threesome. Three-way. Blockchain tokens got your boy really eating. Cryptocurrency is a gift from God. All praises to the Most High. Help me beat the odds, playing smart so I don't get wrecked like you pencil next. Well, crew, call me Spider-Man the way I spider line. Enter with precision, then I exit trades right on time. Might tell you a secret, but I'll never drop a dime. Favorite pastime, sitting back, watching candles climb. If they go the other way, keep calm and don't trip. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hollow coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market looking bearish. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip. It ain't over for me. It ain't over for me.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Make sure all systems are go here. There we go. Everything looks like we are all systems go. Nas probably setting up soon. Let's see. We have 5 minutes until the 1 hour candle close. Not sure if I see anything just yet. Need to run analysis. We'll see in 5 minutes. Let's start off with gold, then we'll go to Nas. Gold here, yesterday's daily time frame, closing bullish as we can see. Not the strongest bullish close, but bullish nevertheless. Now, if we move down onto the 4 hour time frame here, we can start to see we're forming this consolidation right now. Not really a direction-based close, right? Not a 4 hour close above, not a 4 hour close below. So we're just stuck in this range here, which is kind of normal pre-CPI. Remember, today is CPI day. So we're going to discuss a little bit about that in a minute. About what we could see for CPI and potentially what can happen, of course, with CPI coming through here. So first we'll do the analysis in case there's anything. But yeah, CPI day, which is going to be the measure of inflation in the US. So consolidation on 4 hour at the moment here. We're basically stuck in this 1 hour range as well. As we can see, we're trying to bounce off the lows of the range here. Very messy towards the upside here once we work on a 30-minute. Lot of resistances here. 30 minutes sitting right there. See what 1 hour says. Yeah, 1 hour a little bit above that. It's not the easiest range to trade here because we have a lot of resistances that are being respected, such as this 30-minute not continuing above here. We're seeing 15 minutes as well close above, but no continuation. If we had continuation in the market, we should actually see price close above here and start to form some sort of continuation, but we're not getting that. So breakdowns as well, massive liquidity zone here. We can see how many times price has wicked into this zone but failed to break down here. We're not at that zone yet, so if sells are going to make sense, we're going to need to see structure below there before sells make sense and leave that 4 hour. Right now we're reacting off the 4 hour. If we can see change of structure from here, we could try to take a buy, kind of like this type of buy here, where we see a change of structure closes above. Then we get around a 50 pip push. Would not even give you a 1-to-1, but that's the way you have to trade this range at the moment. Taking early random buys can bite you here, especially when since the morning we've been high, lower high, here, lower low. Now we made another new low. You know, you might be just buying a bounce buy, which, you know, could fail there. So let's see what ends up happening. Quickly look at NASDAQ here as well. Daily time frame on NASDAQ yesterday, closing bullish, still stuck at that daily resistance. So that's going to be problematic. Again, I still stick with the analysis I talked to you guys about yesterday. Remember, I talked about that a little bit, about that analysis where I talked about how we could actually start to find a high from here. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe CPI even plays more of a role in that and we start to move towards the downside. So again, similar to gold, we are in a 4 hour range at the moment at the highs. Now, this is a very tough spot to play because we're at highs. We're at daily resistance, stuck. We're at 4 hour resistance, stuck. We are not making new highs. We are not closing above highs. We are rejecting. We are not seeing deep liquidity grabs to give us juice. So that is how it is. That is how it is. That is what we're seeing. Now, since we're in this range here, if we move down 1 hour, you can see we're at kind of mid-range right now. Mid-range, never the best place to be trading. I'd rather we actually be towards the 4 hour support and take this exact same buy. This is the type of buy I want to be taking in London session. something like this, where we can be looking for the upside to play inside of the range. Something like this would be nice, and the best way to trade the range. Right now we're trying to create a support here, 30-minute trying to create a support. We have a lot of clean candles below here. If we want to roll over, price can easily roll over and start to fail. We also are guarded by a little bit of a resistance here. This is a 15-minute resistance. We don't know what we're gonna do there, right? So I want to be more apprehensive than just full send a buy right now and then it tap this and then suddenly start continuing downside. Because remember, although upside looks nice from here, where are we in market position? Full daily resistance, full 4-hour resistance. Buy is not the best place to buy. If you're buying, you're expecting price to break out, right? You're expecting price to leave this range. Why should it leave this range this London session? What's the catalyst, right? So we need to see what ends up happening when we get that type of price action. You know, if we start to break out, we need to see, okay, can we capitalize off that with more confirmation? If we circle back, just have a quick look at DAX here. Very similar thing on DAX here. Daily time frame as well, rejecting off that previous daily here around that zone. 4-hour time frames stuck in the rate. Very similar price action. A little bit cleaner, I would say, on DAX as we're closer towards the 4-hour support. 1-hour time frame trying to close bullish but failing at the moment. 30-minute time frame should close bullish here in 35 seconds. Possible to flip, but I wouldn't expect it. 15-minute is closing bearish, so actually that could be a nice setup on DAX today. If we can see the next 15-minute maybe wick down here, it doesn't have to, it would just be nice to prove to us that price doesn't want to go down, and then we see the 15-minute close above this resistance here. What we're going to get is we're going to get a nice setup to be able to take a buy above this new resistance here, which is going to be our new 15-minute resistance. We can look to take buys maybe back into this previous, fill some of this range here. So that is something I would like to see and something that would make sense for me today. Yeah, let's see how the 15-minute candles form here. So that's overall the analysis. I think DAX actually surprisingly today looks the cleanest here. Gold 1-hour candle ended up closing bearish here. NASDAQ 1-hour candle ended up closing bullish here. But again, we're guarded by that resistance there. We don't know how we're going to react at this resistance here. You could take an aggressive buy and try to just rely on price continuing towards the upside. But I don't like that. I don't like that because look where we are. We are at major daily resistances. We are at major 4-hour resistances. This is kamikaze. If I lose taking a buy here, I know why. Because I'm being a dumbass. I'm being a dumbass and taking a buy at price's worst market position. So I don't want to really put myself in that position. You know, of course it can play out, but I'm going to be really pissed off if it fails because I know exactly why. If I'm going to do that type of thing, I want to take it from max confirmation zone, which is going to be from down here, the 4-hour support. Kind of what we got on the 1 hour this morning, right? This is a lot better because now we're coming from the lows of the range, not mid-range. So, oh, already delirious, man. Starting the morning early. So now everyone's happy. Hype up the morning from now. So that's the analysis for today. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. Everything is clear. And yeah, let's see what ends up happening with today's session. So if you did enjoy the analysis, you guys know the drill. Leave a like on the stream. We'll have a look at Reddit as well. You bought 50? I'll buy it after stream. I'll buy after stream. Takes 10 seconds, man. They're very smart. Card is on. Everything jars. I mean, everything's ready. Everything's ready. You know? Everything's ready. Look at the Wall Street Bet Reddit. What happened to that? It's probably good. Bro, the trading Reddit is good as well. Let's see if we can find someone. Actually, this is a good discussion they're writing here. Most traders try to make 10-20% on prop firms, but the math actually favors 1 to 3 strategies. So early? Yeah, today it came on early. This is interesting. I've been looking at prop firm scaling strategies. Recent noticed something interesting. Most traders try to hit 10-20% per month on a single funded account, which usually ends up in the account getting blown. But if you risk around if you run a slower strategy 1 to 3% monthly, the math actually favors scaling multiple accounts with increasing risk. For example, 50k, 1.5% is 750, 80% payout 600. If you split it 50% personal income, 40 save for buying accounts, 10% buffer, you can rough timeline. So let's see his bottom line. At that point, you're controlling prop capital. Yeah, but he needs to say what the return is. So he didn't calculate that. I'd say 1% is a bit low. I would say 3% is good for me. Anything above 1% is a bit low. But I mean, 1% on 700k is 7k. You can live with 7k, you know? You can live with 7k. Like, that's the thing. So many people come into this game and they have this idea of making so much money, you know? Are you in Dubai? How's Dubai recently? Yeah, it's just not slowing down. We have the same. Last night, again, they hit. Today, apparently, I have someone who's... that's why I was slightly late. I was just messaging someone before who is close to apparently the airport, which has apparently been hit again. Or next to it has been intercepted. Like, there was a big drone attack literally 5 minutes before we started stream. So, I'm interested to see if news is going to pop up about airport being hit. I'm not sure. But I feel safe. I do my own risk analysis. I know the targets that I see. It's people are scared shitless and they're fleeing the country. But what has been hit most is the airport. It's like, come on, man. Fleeing the country. They're getting scared. And where are they fleeing to? Fleeing to the place where you have a high chance of risk. Flights are okay in Dubai? Well, we can see if the airport was hit because there'll be no flights going on flight radar right now. Let's have a look. Because if there is, yeah. They just diverted, look. Yeah, this is diverting, look. Yeah, so something's up because this plane is diverting right now and there's no yeah, it's circled here. Now it's diverting. It will probably divert to Abu Dhabi. There's no planes right now. People rather be with their families. Can't blame them. No, I'm talking about residents, brother. I'm not talking about people who were here on holiday and stuff like this. I'm talking about residents. You know what the residents are doing? They are fleeing the country, leaving their dogs, leaving everything. All their stranded dogs now, all their pets, they're just full panic mode. They literally drove to the Oman border, and the Oman border is like, you need a visa for your dog, right? And then what do? They're so panicked that they just leave their dog at the border for someone to deal with, you know? It's like, oh, I don't understand that mentality, you know? It's not like you're not in a... Anyways, I won't get into it. Visa for dog is crazy? Not really. It's just so that they don't have stray dogs running around, you know? Why don't you trade GBP, JPY like previous years? Because of its inconsistencies, man. It's not like before. We're not running the same policies. Look, Asian session literally pushes all the time. You come to London session, it's tough. You know, I'm just noticed a bit of inconsistencies. I need to look at it though, you know. I miss trading GJ, but look at this chop, man. This is just disgusting. What can you do in this chop? Like, let's see yesterday's London session. This is yesterday's London session. This is yesterday's London session. Like, that is no good, man. What am I doing here? That's yesterday's London session. It has the most beautiful LTA, but nothing happens in it. You try to break out just to fail again. Like, it's much better for a bit of swing trading right now. You know, we're much better trading GBP, JPY on a swing perspective, because you're not getting those 15-minute impulsive moves. You guys need to realize how I used to trade GJ. Back in the day, look at GJ trades I used to be taking, huh? Look at the type of moves we get. You know, big upside moves here, breakouts. 15-minute this is. 15-minute. 1, 2, 3 candles back to back. Then we get continuation later. Let me show you some of the trades here. Let me click some random trades. Look at that. Massive setup 2. What else we can get? Let's see what this one is. I want to show you like a setup 1, how the setup 1 was back in the day. Oh, this was a loss here. This I know why I lost here anyways. Can you guys see the mistake of that trade? Look at that. Massive candle. This is a GJ candle. Look at that. Nice sells. Like, look at the movement we used to have. So it just used to be a lot more volume in London. So you have to adapt. You have to adapt. You can't just marry a pair because it was once good to you. Like, I'm not trading some of this. And I mean, in Asian, this looks good. But I'm just not seeing, like, let's see how London today does, you know. I would love to trade GJ again. It was my favorite pair, you know. Who gives a fuck about dogs when there's a war? That's the point. There isn't. It's like, I'm not going to get into this because I've spoke about it too much. But there's not a tank outside. I'm not fighting. It's not. It's specific targets, you know? They are hitting Dubai hard, guys. Dubai is spending billions of dollars right now to defend. But they're defending their land, they're defending targets. There's no boots on ground here, no civilians. There, of course, shrapnel is injuring civilians. Airport is a target because they want to disrupt that. There's a war, but different from past wars? Yeah, there's a war, but it's not fighting in Dubai like how they're fighting in other places. Like, please show me the number, how much stuff has been hit, and show me the number of casualties have been 6. So in the last almost 3 weeks now, there's been 6 casualties from 1,400 drones and 240 missiles. One thing I do respect is what they're doing here to defend, you know. It's not nice. No one likes it. No one wants it to happen. It's a not comfortable situation. see how DAX here starts to form. This is a little bit. I wonder if on broker this broke the low. If this broke the low on broker, it's very nice. No, it's pretty much the same. So what we need to see here is we need to see it not rip too much right now, guys. If in the last 1 minute here we see this candle should fly through the sky, it's going to be super hard for me to enter this. 59 is already pretty big stop loss right now. No 5 structure. This 1 minute will not have structure, I guess. Oh, it does actually. That's not bad. Has some structures. So that's not too bad. But we don't want it to close any higher. I mean, I think we could get away with stop loss right here then at that point. 45 points. So let's see how the last 1 minute candle here closes in about 50 seconds. If it starts ripping any higher, it's just not going to make sense risk to reward wise. It's getting a bit high. I'm not... $49. $49. No. Oh, what the hell? Whoa, what a top wick. Yeah, if this flips, I'm taking this for sure. If this flips, I'm taking this for sure. Very nice bottom wick for me, that. Yeah, it's a nice bottom wick for me, that. Why can't I see my line? Sometimes it does this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I want to give it a shot if it flips. Literally at the flip. Stop around there. If it starts to dump, then I'm not going to take it anymore. 15 has a top wick on my broker here. I just like the way it has this deep bottom wick right now. I feel like it has no business flipping if it wants to continue up. It's just going to fail here. If 5 minute candle closes deep bearish like this, I will change the order. If it closes above here, I'm going to still keep it. And that's how I'm going to run it. Something like that. Should be pretty easy. Such a gap, would you break a previous? I don't know how your gaps look. Mine doesn't look like a gap. Look. Where it stops me? Same as I'm showing you the position I have in. I'm showing you my buy stop. I won't change the stops after that. Same stop loss I have. If you're blindly copying and not understanding the trade, don't do that. No point. Just gambling. So let's see a 1 minute before the 5. If the 5 can't start to bounce up here and at least close probably where my mouse is here, so we get like a strong 1 minute reaction to show me volume is coming back into the market, you know. Not the buy stops, I mean the stop loss. Yeah, I showed the stop loss. What was confusing about the stop loss? I showed my position. You saw it. I'm not sure what's confusing about the stop loss. That's buy and then the stop loss, right? I'm confused, brother. You have to tell me. Yeah, that's your gap down, right? So you guys have no bottom wick and a gap down. I mean, no top wick and a gap down. So on your broker, it looks like this. So this would be a gap. So that's where the buy would be. It looks like it's going to close below anyways. Let's see, 33 seconds. Oh, it's trying. Okay, close below. So I'm gonna wait here, see if we can get maybe another 5 closing above. Something like that. Maybe that'll be smarter. I'm still considering if I want to keep it in. I'm not sure. So let's wait a little bit longer. See what happens there. Let's check what gold has done in the meantime. Nothing too much just yet. So I want to speak a little bit about CPI, guys. Listen up, CPI. Okay. Let's put a little bit of a poll in chat before I speak about CPI. Let's ask about gold. Up or down? Let's see your votes, guys. Let's see your votes. CPI today, up or down? I want to see what you guys have voted as. I know what I'm kind of going to be analyzing here. They adjusted the number, right? They're expecting numbers. Full margin down? You have to put in your votes. 61% saying up. Hello, brother. Do you still missing trades because of a girl? Yeah, I'm still missing trades because of your bitch, man. She's very time consuming. Very time consuming. Always asking for me, man. Always asking for me. So sometimes gets distracting, you know? Very needy, very needy. Bro woke up and chose violence. Always wanting breakfast in bed. No, I don't treat. He does that for her. He cleans for her. He brings her breakfast in bed. He does all of this. And at the end of it, he's still being cheated on. That's the problem. That is the problem. Okay, okay. Now we'll go back. What is the WOP community about? Basically, we trade NY session together as well. Plus, you get direct mentorship from me. It's basically, look, if you're someone who's trying to take trading seriously, and you're trying to, you know, progress, get payouts, you actually want to get paid from trading, like there's two people you can be. There's person one who's just investigating into it and, you know, is just trying to look what's going on. Then you can just float around, lose money, do this, whatever. If you want to take trading seriously, you need to join a structured program that has proven results, right? Something that is going to get you, you know, in an environment to improve. So that's what the group is for. If you're actually looking to make money at an affordable cost, because I know people out there charge 5,000, 15,000, whatever to have this type of mentorship. This is just monthly. You can also join at a 5-month if you want to do one-on-one with me, because that also includes a one-on-one session for the 5-month. But all the details on there, man, you know. Cut this BS. I wish it was BS. I wish it was BS, but it's not BS, man. It's really not BS. As much as you like to say it's BS, it's not. And I know a lot of the internet is like that. And that's how it is. Mentor needs a mentor. I have tons of mentors, bro. I have tons of mentors. What is the price per month? $70. 70. All the details on here, guys. If you go in here, it's on here. If you're saying it's BS, actually I think I put a dash by accident. Yeah, I put a dash by accident. There you go. Here's your BS, by the way. Let me show you your BS, just so you can see your BS. That's BS. This is BS. This is more BS. Here's more BS. Here's more BS. Here's more BS. Me trading live for you guys. Bro, can you guide me how I can pass 100k account? I was future trader. They became worse over time. I don't know how as much Forex little guide. I mean, it depends, man. Yeah, we have a separate Discord group, yes. So we have a separate Discord group. $70 to win 5 trades per month? No, we win more than that, but if you want to just come here and start to play games, you can. We can play games. Because we know who will win the game. Especially when your girl is literally downstairs, bro. You've already lost. I can tell you that much. When your girl is sitting downstairs and you don't even have a downstairs because my man lives in a studio, you've already lost.
But the point is completely invalid. If we win 5 trades a month and lose 1, we win 4 in total. So you bet 2k every trade and I made 8,000 and pay you 75. What's
yeah, exactly. Best return on investment. 8,000 for $70 investment. Yeah. Anyways, let me go. I have one thing to help. One sec. I need to go get my files here. I need to bring up a special photo for him. 1 second. I'm gonna help him now. Just go kick rocks, bro. Just go kick rocks, bro. All right, just kick rocks. Sometimes we have too much fun, man. Sometimes we have to calm down. Lots of videos on full porting 1-minute candles on CPI to pass your accounts. What do you think of that BS? Yeah, sometimes it's fun, man. Sometimes it's fun. Today, Today what we're gonna do is I'm buying an account and I'm gonna trade CPI today. CPI in the group. Today we're gonna trade CPI. So I'm waiting for the votes. Votes have come through. So 64% is expecting price to go up. So I'm gonna take a short today in CPI because 64. No, I'm joking. Gambling? Yeah, basically gambling. There's no news rule for Top Step. There's no news rule for Top Step. So it is basically, yes, it is. But if you think about it, it's like one trade that can do a lot of damage. So it is basically, but it's a bit of fun. I want to try it. I don't normally do it, but you know, you can only make 1.5k, and then if you win it, you get like a boost, and then I only have to make 1.5k. Then I have 2 more accounts. Interesting here on NAS how we're dumping down. I wonder, this 4-hour support, we can technically draw like this. This 1 hour is a problem here. Let's see how 1 minute is looking. It's not bad. Could we just take this like this and put stop above the 5 is what I'm trying to think in my head right now. 8 points to there. 20 points to there. I don't know if I can sell lows like this right now. I need some sort of pullback. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, we'll talk about CPI in a minute, guys. I'm just concentrating on the charts a bit. So we'll talk about CPI in a minute. There's no rush to talk about CPI. It's later. Even if we talk about it end of stream, it's fine. I just want to be checking what's going on with the trades right here. Because I'm considering to sell NASDAQ here. 30-minute close as well, which is quite nice. We're just sitting at this 1 hour. We just tapped this 1 hour exactly, you know. Look. Let's put this P1. Yeah, the 4 hour depends how you draw it. It should be drawn actually a little bit higher. I actually would like to see how it looks on futures here. Check on futures. Yeah, futures. We are below it on futures. We have another one below though, but we have enough room. "36 seconds, we have a 1 minute candle close. This 1 minute candle close can give us very, very good information here. If we close below, we know we're not rejecting this zone. If we now, last 20 seconds, I've seen this before, we reject below and we start to make our way towards the upside and it ends up being a fake out. We can avoid that scenario. Exactly like this. And then hopefully this 5 minute can close bullish. Then we have 5 minute structure. The next candle closing below that previous 1 hour, boom. Easy trade. Easy trade. We don't get faked out. There's no drama. Everything's calm. So as we can see, the 1 minute did reject from that zone. So we're still struggling here. It's showing me that buyers are a little bit in control at the moment here around this zone. If the buyers were not in control, we would see price start to make lower like this, how the 1 minute close below, 1 minute close below. Look at how the buyers come in. So that small point is saving us this potential drawdown from leaving a sell stop here and hoping now that the 1 hour is going to be crossed. So I can just use one candle to give me a little bit of information. Because now if a 1 minute candle can get below here, after it pulled back, it's showing me that, hey, price tried to go up again, but when we went up, we started to fail again. So now I can do what? I can try some downside, potentially. All right, makes sense? So let's see if we can get a close below there on the 1 minute. Then we can probably get away with stops back above here. like 20-point stops. Should be okay. Why is my trading view chart lag? Don't lag now. Don't lag now. What? No data here. Let's try reload this. Oh my days. Guys, we might be getting a 1 minute candle close below. So we did get the 1 minute candle close below. Next one's making a top wick. Yeah, I think I'll give this a short break of low here. Give this a short break of low, stop back above here. Back inside the range. Break even somewhere around here. Didn't trigger yet on futures. Let me show you on futures. There we go. Now we're in on futures. Did we tap this 5? Yes, we tapped this 5. So I kind of have to be break even here because we tapped the 5. So let's see how it goes. So we have to be aggressive because we tapped the 5. Okay, I'm out break even. So I gave it a shot, but this previous 5 here could be an issue. I'm not sure how we're going to react. There's no 5-minute structure. Could still work out here, but I'm being aggressive here. I got tapped. I think it still makes sense to trade. Just trying to mark everything up. Your 1-to-1 would be there. That's the trade. So yeah, I went break even at this 5 here because we have no 5-minute structure. I don't want to hold drawdown. So I was sitting at break even like this. Or made $1. So we can try again if we get another. Would you consider re-entry on pullback? Yeah, 5-minute structure pullback. Because I don't really like selling lows too much. It's not always the best idea in London to sell lows on NASDAQ. Especially on a CPI day to get continuation. But yeah, I think I would have been out maybe again there. But we had enough confirmation. I was expecting a little bit of a pop, you know? I was expecting price to just be like, you know what, see you, bye-bye. I still think it's valid until it breaks structure. Like, until we break 1-minute structure, it's valid, but I'm trying to preserve, you know, capital here. Still sitting in at B? Yeah, I think that's fine, man. Now you just let it do its thing. Hopefully you can get a little bit of a push and then it pulls back, makes structure below your entry. That's what you want right now. I think if you're still sitting at B, I got tapped for some reason. I don't know why it tapped me. It was not close to my entry. I got slipped, basically, because that was not even close to my entry. No, I don't think market will range. This is looking good. This is looking good. If it can just do a little bit more of a volume push right now, you're going to get the 1-to-1 there. The only issue is if we just fail here, guys. If we fail here, it's going to be an issue. If not, otherwise this looks good actually. So let's see if it can push through that. That's the zone. Boom. So now we're trying to push through. Can we do it, NASDAQ? Can NASDAQ push through the zone? Remember, no 1-minute pullback, guys. So don't be greedy, huh? No 1-minute pullbacks. Just take your, even if it's close to 1-to-1, can take it because there's no 1-minute pullback. There we go. I would start to look to secure profits right there. Start to take something out the market. Don't be greedy to hold everything through here. And that was it, man. I don't know why it stopped me. My entry was right here, literally on point. That should not stop me break even, but I got slipped. Like if we look at the chart, it actually never came back to my entry. And with spreads today, even so, like my entry was literally right there. We're on futures. So I got slipped. But that's the trade. If you're on CFDs, I think you don't get slipped there, right? CFDs, you're still in. Yeah, CFDs, 100% you're still in. So yeah, that's pretty nice. TP hit. Nice, nice, guys. Nice. Yeah, don't be greedy here. No 1 minute pullbacks. I know it's still dumping nicely here. You can trail. So start to move your stop loss like this, guys. Move it here to the 1-to-1. Right? Move your stop loss like this. And then you can start to move your stop loss a bit above this 1 minute candle when it closes. So when this 1 minute candle closes, you can move your stop loss above there. And then you just keep trailing, keep trailing, keep trailing. CPI news today? Yeah, CPI news today. Trade with a bit more caution. How did you highlight those levels? Just support resistance levels. Now you can trail stop loss here if you're still trailing. Like that. Work your way down, man. This is a very nice 1 minute push. You don't trade CL? No, I don't trade oil. Should have trailed? No, no, no. Closing at the 1-to-1 with no 1 minute pullbacks is not bad here. Why didn't you trade a break of first 5? Because it was at a 1 hour support. Right there. And then we had this 4 hour sitting there. So I was worried that we might reject. I mean, on futures, it looks good here. So if I based it just on futures, then you can take the first one as well. It's a small difference though. I had more confirmation. It's a, 3-point difference. Which, yeah, that can make a difference, of course. But on futures looks good. The second one makes more sense on CFDs as well. Oil check, oil is pumping, bad B placing made no sense unless you're coming from a fearful place. Thank you very much, Claudio. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in on us. Very nice. So yeah, I had my reasons for that. Why to move there on a CPI day, previous range we have here, previous 4 hour time frame closing bullish here. We had previous daily closing bullish, so technically bullish bias, but since we're coming from top of range, I'm trading counter bias today. I don't really trade counter bias. But I had my reasons to also move there at that point, especially on a CPI day. What an DAX as well dumping down here. We have DAX failed that pump up there, closed back in the range, starting to now leave the range here. What is gold doing? Gold as well trying to leave towards some downside. Gold, although, has moved towards this type of zone here. So we see gold moving at this lows of the range. So if we start to lose this low of the range, we could see some more downside. Yo, new to the channel, we trading? Yeah, we just took some NASDAQ shorts. It's the latest trade. So look, we respect this range here. I wonder if NASDAQ is going to bounce as well because gold is bouncing. Makes sense, right? We're at the same lows of the range right there. I'm done. Nice one, bro. Win day? Yes, sir. You related to Raja? Yes, I mentored Raja. I was his mentor, taught him the ropes and stuff like that. He's a good student. Any entry for gold at the moment? Not just yet, no. Also, guys, the second entry allowed us to run a tighter stop loss. So some people are asking why not the first one. Yeah, first one is good as well. Unless you're looking at CFDs. On CFDs, we have a 1 hour. On futures, we don't have that. But we get a little bit, almost the same, but we get a little bit tighter where we can run around the 17 point. So it kind of balanced itself out. We had a 15-minute close. This was just a setup one. Setup one. What time was it? 11:33. Whoa, why is that here? Oh, that was yesterday's trade. I know, but this is yesterday's trade. Wait. Let me check. What? We need to check. Why is this here? We're missing this one. This is today's one. Let's see if that's correct. Let's double check. Okay, fine. This trade was the gold break even, which we can just quickly go do because I have OCD and I need to mark it up, so I don't have OCD anymore. Where was it? Sorry guys, I have OCD, so I want to... Alright, now it looks good. Perfect. How is NQ doing? Bouncing or still selling off? Yeah, still selling off. Not reversing just yet. It's not reversing just yet. Actually, this would be a nice trade to trail, huh? How much did this give? 1 to almost 1 to 3. Let's see how to trail this, where you would get stopped at the trailing. You would have got stopped out here if you trailed, and that would give you almost 1 to 2. That's nice. That's nice. Oil daily chart madness. Let's have a look at Brent. Who should we use? Let's see Rwanda. Yeah, Bit of madness here. We had 26% day, huh? 26% downside day, this one. Yeah, look at that. 26% downside day. Now it's consolidating a bit, you know? What happened to your German entry buy? We removed it, right? When the 5-minute candle closed back in the range, right? So we never got triggered. 5-minute candle closed back in the range. We said it's not valid anymore. Look. So we had buy stop here. Never flipped. Opened no top wick. Started dumping. 5 closed back in the range. Invalidates the trade. Shows us that no buyers are in control. So we want to wait for something closing above here. Never closed above. And then we took the NASDAQ sells, right? Which actually DAX did the same. DAX followed NASDAQ as well. How long did you struggle to become profitable when you switched from crypto to Forex? Like 2.5 years. 2.5 years. Are you a German guy? Yes, I'm a German guy. Mirko is my uncle and Moritz is my brother. What do you think about ICT? Depends if you value testosterone levels or not. So it's all dependent on how you like to see your testosterone levels. Are you looking for another trade? Let me put an update here in chat. Big Daddy Sharp, take me under your wing and make me profitable. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do it, bro. Whoa, relax, Jim, bro. Jim is like, yes. I mean, I'll take you under my wing and make you profitable, bro. Have you watched Iman Trading? Is that the guy who exposes the gurus? If yes, of course, I have seen his videos. I've seen his videos. So I'm exposing quite a few guys. Where can I copy the trading journal? Right click on the journal. Not right click, sorry, that's stupid of me. Just go to the journal, you type file, make a copy. Journal is in the description. NQ moving back up? Yeah, it's following gold right now. How many years have you been trading? This is my 6th year. I dabbled in trading late 2018, 2019 a little bit, but not serious. Fundamentals are very important in taking trades. No, fundamentals are not important when taking trades on a lower time frame. They're important to know before you take the trades, not during. Obviously, news during your trade is going to affect your trade, but you can't predict if a random news is going to happen. You can only predict what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the word I'm looking for, but no, fundamentals are important before you take the trade, not during the trade. And also they affect more like a bias of the day. People ask me, can we take buys in NASDAQ here? Yeah, it's better than taking buys up there. You can take buys from down here. The shorts, I'm more short on NASDAQ. I'm more of a short on NASDAQ. That's why I did just take these sells on NASDAQ, because I like the sell bias today. We're coming from a full area of resistance here. Let's talk a little bit about CPI analysis for today, guys. CPI analysis. Let me go to the calendar here. Let me show you the previous results. So what we're going to see. So last time we had a forecast come out at 2.5%. It came back lower than expected. If inflation comes back higher than expected, that is expected to hold interest rates higher for longer, right? With interest rates higher for longer, that's going to dump gold. Okay, so we're going to see a little bit of a initial spike and then a dump in gold. So if we see inflation coming back lower, that's going to be positive. So if we go back and we see January 13th and February 13th, we go and check those 2 dates. Okay, so first we're going to go to gold. We're going to check here. I'm going to show you a cool feature you guys can do on TradingView. If you click this little calendar here on the bottom left, you can go to a custom date. So we can go back to February 13th here, and it will take us back to that. No need to scroll, right? Check that out. Pretty cool, right? So as we can see, inflation came back. Where are we? February 13th here, 12th, 13. 5:30 CPI day. It would be at 5:30 Dubai time, I think, CPI. Yeah, this is the CPI candle here, this one here, or was it 6? No, I think it's 5:30 CPI. What time is it? 4:30. No, it's 4:30 now because of daylight saving, so it would have been 5:30. So January 13th, we can see what happened on gold here, 5:30. Send it, go bullish here. How many pips? Let's have a look. 300 pip move, CPI move, 5:30. Right? 300 pip move. Why? Because we saw inflation come back lower. Now we can go and we can have a look at how that was affected on something like NASDAQ, for example. Right? What did the stock market do in that type of move, right? So we go back, we go to February 13th. There we go. And we go to 5:30 for 6:30. There we go. CPI move, inflation lower, boom, same upside. Why? Why do we have the same upside? Right? The reason is because we see lower inflation, right? Inflation comes back 1% lower, not 0.1% lower, means, hey, inflation is going down. We can continue to cut interest rates, which was positive for the market at the time. So today, what is happening today, right? So to sum that up, today, what are we seeing? We're seeing them to come out as forecasts. So today, I don't, unless we come below forecast here and we shoot a little bit above 2.5, if it comes back 2.5, you're going to see price dump. You're going to see price dump. If we are improving and we see it come back at 2.3, you're going to see price pump. What do I expect today? I expect probably a little bit of a messy CPI, if I'm being honest. They're expecting a little bit CPI month on month to go up, which could put pressure on this. We could see this tick up to 2.5, giving us initial point push down. The key is going to be trading the move after CPI, using that as opportunity for potentially something on like NASDAQ, which we could then look for the continuation of shorts from this very high up price. So for me, CPI potentially could liquidity grab up first, very possible, and then we could move down for the rest of the day for the NY Stock Exchange open. So that could be very interesting to capitalize off that, or it could just immediately dump on the CPI news release. The key is going to be having a bias after the CPI news release. Just because it pumps up here, don't be fooled that now we're bullish. Don't be fooled that now we're bullish. Hey, I'm back. Welcome, welcome. Hey bro, I'm a crypto trader who is currently in drawdown. I'm thinking of swing trading the current market because of the lower time frames been hitting me hard. Yeah, that's up to you. Maybe your strategy is faulted. Can AI replace traders in the future? To an extent, yes. To an extent, yes. They can. They can. But the scary thing is if the market allows, I mean, already quant firms and major funds are using AI already. But it's going to be interesting how they replace traders. Like I'm working on some pretty cool technology with AI to give daily analysis. So it listens to my analysis and then makes it, yeah, it's pretty cool. Worst thing for AI will be changing market conditions. Yeah, this is my point. Like AI sometimes has to be prompted. So it will need to study the market. Like that's what I was, exactly what you said is correct. That's what I was thinking in the back of my mind. If it gets struggles with market condition, what's going to happen? How is it going to adjust? What is it going to do? Like it's going to start backtesting. It's like what's going on right now, you know? These days, coders don't need to code much anymore. They don't need to sit there and write 1,000 lines of code. AI can do all of the coding for them. Not all, but a lot of it. So now coders are no more coders. They have become architects. They are creating frameworks, right? They're architects now. They're engineers. They're designing, and AI is just going to write for them. And then they fix some stuff and make sure there's structure and make sure that they can prompt properly and stuff like that. That is what's happening these days. So that's the shift. So if I am to think about trading, I'm thinking it would possibly become the same, where we would be architectures of strategy and AI could trade alongside us. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting time, you know. I'm definitely thinking about it, you know. AI can replace your girlfriend and can't argue with you anymore. Yeah, but will you feel the same connection, huh? With all your streams recorded, all the data recorded, once AI get enough data, you could make something insane. I bet, yeah, we've run. I don't know if I should be showing this. I can't show this on stream right now. I can't. There's too many idiots in our industry, unfortunately. After stream, I'll show you guys in the group something cool. Something cool we've been running for about a year and a half. AI could never replace you, Big Daddy Sharp. Oh my god, bro. This guy needs to chill. Nice music on the background. Thank you. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the CPI analysis. I wonder if we can get another short here. I just passed my combine. Thanks, Harry. Do you mind clarifying what the XFA consistency rule is on Top Step? So you chose the... congrats, first of all. Sorry, I was answering the question. So let's go. Well done. You chose the consistency rule. You can also choose the 150 days. Was this valid 5-minute entry on DAX? Let's see. Yes, it was. The only risk you have here, and I'll show you the only risk, is where we are. You see how we've just been dumping so much? Heavy dumps. This is a good continuation trade, but you have to be break even at this wick. Right, so keep that in mind. But look, there's a lot of continuation. This is that second breakout, right? Remember yesterday the second breakout failed. Today it didn't fail. So it's the first time it hasn't failed. Do you just take one-to-one rewards? Not always, but a lot of the time, yeah. I do like a one-to-one. If I can get more, I'll take it. I didn't choose yet, just seeing if the rule's better option. I prefer the 150. If you're trading our strategy, the consistency rule will not be an issue. It's about consistency of profit, not having your profit day bigger than, one day you make 1,000, the other day you make 3,000. You're not going to have that consistency rule. For me, I like the 150 because by the time you get a payout, you've already made, and it's easy to just trade 150 days. What has been your biggest RR in trading? Wow. Probably 1 to 20, 1 to 30. Yeah, between 1 to 20, 1 to 30. Yesterday I lost 2 Top Step funded accounts because my SL and TP didn't trigger. I contacted support, no reply. Unfortunately, I don't work for Top Step. That sounds quite annoying. Wish I could help you. On to bullish profits? Yes, sir, man. Now the journey starts. Let's go. One to 20 is insane. Yeah, I've had 1 to 20. I think I have a video. It's back in the day when I used to trade that. Man, I'm gonna find this video. I mean, I was risking freaking $100, man. But, and I would never make... that's the thing. It looked really good on camera. But honestly, at that time, I wasn't even making money. So I'd get this big trade and be super excited. And then I couldn't make any money after that, It's like, oh, and that's the problem. It was like a trick in my mind. Because it's like, oh, I just hit a 1 to 20. I'm the best trader in the world. No one can say anything, and then I just can't make money for like 3-4 months, and then you get bored because you can't find your 1 to 20 entries, and then you start making mistakes, and then you just gamble your account away. So it wasn't a solution. Maybe I can find it quickly for you guys. I keep all this stuff. It's the journey. I have a notebook here with all my original notes, guys. When I started writing notes. That is a legendary book. Tomorrow, guys, I'm going to be on Wayon's channel. Huh? Tomorrow I'm going to be Wayon channel for NY session. Apparently, they messaged me, asked me to come. So we're going to pull up there. Be ready. Tomorrow I will gamble on Wayon's channel. Okay, I can't find it. I'm not wasting time going through all my old stuff. No stream tomorrow. Stream tomorrow. London session. Stream tomorrow. But I'll also be streaming NY session on Wayon. So if you guys are on YouTube, there's 2 sessions tomorrow. Follow me on Instagram. I'll post on my story, guys. I'll post on my story. Follow me on Instagram. I'll post on my story. I want to start futures. Any advice? Look, I'm going to get shade for this advice because people think this industry is a scam. But if you honestly want to start futures account or any funded account and actually make money, you need a support circle. I hate to say it because it sounds cheesy, but it's the honest truth, guys. I promise. I promise. You need that structure, that framework, everything that, you know. That's exactly what I did. I created a product that I would pay for. No one does that. They think about, hey, let me create a product so I can make money. No, not about let me create a product that I would pay for. So I'm like, okay, let me put it cheap price because it wouldn't be bad for me to do that, but offer so much value. Like, how could I go wrong? Sufficient monthly income for living in normal life in Dubai, $2.5K. $2.5K, $2.8K, you can live a very average life in Dubai. It's not comfortable, but it's an average life. You know? Your budgeting, your stuff like that, you know? I mean, you could literally, bro. Literally, you can live in Dubai with $1K, huh? No problem. Yeah, you're living in a bit of a shithole, considered. I don't think it's really the ultimate worst. I'd say $4K a month, you can live normally in Dubai. Yeah, but depends on your biggest expense is gonna be rent. So if you can live if you're single, you can rent somewhere pretty cheap, and you can live on $2.8K. I spent $10K in a week at Jumeirah Hotel. Yeah, but this is Jumeirah Hotel, man. You know. And if you have 10K to spend, please do not blow it doing random stuff in the market. Are you full porting CPI data today? Yes, I'll be full porting CPI data in the private group. Gonna try it out. I have a plan, an action plan for my full porting. And I will be full porting it, yes. What do you mean full porting? Bro, CPI data comes, you have your trade in place, you win, you lose, that's it. Gonna try that technique. It's essentially gambling, which I do not recommend, but I'm not doing it on live accounts. Please keep that in mind. I do not gamble live accounts. I am doing it on challenge accounts. Because if you win it, then you're basically halfway done through your challenge. Then I can trade normally and pass it. Can you hedge long and short on 2 different platforms? They know that. But you could do like you could long on futures and short on a CFD broker. That would work. They wouldn't find that out. What prop firm do you trade on? I trade on 2 prop firms. I trade on U Funded and I trade on TopStep. Both of these. How can you live with 1K in Dubai? You can, man. You can. There's some very cheap areas. You can live in like a toilet, basically. A toilet. You can live in a toilet that costs you around $180 a month for the toilet. I mean, it's not the best living conditions, but you can. Do you think poker is gambling? In my opinion, it's not if you do it seriously. I mean, I study poker. I have whole notebooks of poker, look. So I have studied this game in depth, and I do play quite seriously. And yes, there are points where you have to gamble, right? That is the problem with poker. In trading, there is no time where we have to put all in. But if you want to play GTO in poker, meaning you have a hand, you need to shove, some asshole can wake up with just a better hand. And then you lose, and then you're out. And it's called variance. So we don't have risk management in poker, right? Like, let's say you have a hand. I mean, do you play? Do you play, Moritz? Like, if you understand something like this. Say I have ace king, right? And I'm opening from, and like I have ace king. I'm in the, maybe I'm in the, on the button, okay? Which is a position. I'm on the button, and someone opens from, with 30 big blinds, someone opens from the hijack. He opens from the hijack, I'm on the button, he has 30 big blinds. At that point, with 30 big blinds, I should just shove. Full, send him all in. You know, or 3 bets. If he 3 bets, I just shove, or all in on top of him. If he has pocket 9s, no, not slow, but let's say he has pocket 9s. Right? Okay, let's say we slow roll as well. And you're playing the hand. Right? You're playing the hand. You're playing the hand. And what happens is he wakes up with full house, and you don't know that. And you wake up with 2 aces, 2 kings. Not full house, but 2 aces, 2 kings. What happens to you? Shup. You lose the hand. So there's no risk management. But in trading, we never need to put all in. We can control the risk. That is the most important part. So, is private session open for CPI today or waiting list? Open. There's just a max number of spots. So you can just press join now, and you're able to join if you want to join for that. Bro, I'm from India. Should I start learning? From where should I start? Probably best place, my YouTube channel. Go to the videos and watch the full free course. Full free course. There you go. Best place to start. My friend went to Dubai 15 days before to set a company in Dubai because of tax problem in India. After he reached Dubai, he lose his 2 accounts and called me. He needs money for flight return ticket. Yeah, but he's not really planning his finances out properly. That's some silly planning. Okay, let me put it this way. If he's opening a company in Dubai and only has 2 funded accounts and is relying on 2 funded accounts to make him a living, it's already a red flag, huh? Just saying. Big red flag for me. What if the prop firm shuts down? What if they deny your payouts? Like, you need to have multiple contingencies, savings. You can't be, if this prop firm doesn't pay out me this month, I'm on the streets. Can't have that in trading, because there will be that happens. There will be a day you tilt, lose a 1 funded account, need to pass it again. It's fine. It's messy. Prop firm trading is messy. As a trader, if I want to move to Dubai, do I have to buy a house? No, you don't have to buy a house. You just need to open a company here. It will cost you around $3K. $4K. Now that's gambling? Yeah, that's more like gambling. Alright, I'm going to call it, guys. I'm going to show up for CPI. Not really seeing anything else. We dumped very nicely on DAX here. NASDAQ surprisingly bouncing here. We didn't get a resistance. So 1 trade for today. Honestly, on CPI day, I'm quite happy with that. Congrats all who hit TP on that trade. Let's show up tomorrow. If you're joining us for CPI session, let's have some fun and then trade properly for the NYSE Open. But want to give that a shot. Let's see what happens. And yeah, appreciate you all. Take care and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Much love. And yeah, I want to join your trading community. Is there any group or not? Yeah, the link I've been posting, the link in the description is the one. If you don't know how to find it, you don't deserve to be there. Much love, guys. Take care. Speak to you guys.